What's going on, guys? I'm Nate Munson. This is Release the Grease Fishing, bringing you along for another video. Today we're doing some dive-in, some spearfishing on scuba tanks. My buddy Liam and his dad invited me out Saturday, Memorial Day weekend, so getting out pretty early. I'm almost there. We gotta load up and get out, but it should be a good day. Looks like gorgeous weather. Yeah, we'll see you in a little bit.
Captain?
Hello, Captain.
Okay, while you're down in the bag that has security, can you matter?
All right, heading out. Captain Mike at the helm. Said he's not much of a talker. Liam, what you got today? No, I can't bleep you out every other word this time. It's so hard to do. What you got, dog? PG.
Hopefully some slabs of hogfish and,
Okay.
4 people limit of hogfish.
Yeah, I think we might be able to pull that together. We'll
That's
see.
what I'm gunning for today.
Yeah?
That's what I want.
You're shooting the limit?
Whoever shoots it.
Kayla, what you got?
I'm just here for support.
Yep.
And an extra fishing license.
Yep. We need to keep 5 more hogs.
Yes.
All right. See you out there. Taking a nap. We're getting ready for our first spot, 55 foot. Gonna go do a quick check. Might come up with something, might not. All right, this is just me kind of showing the viz from the top. This is 50 foot. We could make out the bottom from the boat, so needless to say, the viz was amazing. I cut out a lot of stuff in this video from diving just because there's just, every dive is 30 plus minutes, and I don't want to have an hour and a half video of me just diving around, so I kind of try to just hit the key points when I get some action or something. So obviously here's me shooting a hog. You'll get to see a lot more of that, and I'm just gonna kind of let them roll and enjoy, and I'll chime in here and there. In this clip here, I find a hogfish and I'm free shafting right now. I shoot straight through them. So I got to pick up my spear and keep following them. I didn't stone them. And I fast forwarded the next kind of part of the clip just because it takes a little bit for me to wrangle this guy. He gets in a rock. I don't take like a shot to a rock, not be able to get him out. So I'm kind of trying to push him out through it. Trying to get him out in the open so I can shoot him. I don't want to beat shot him, I can be selective. So I'm just kind of moving him. He's definitely giving me a run for my money. Can't get him out of some of these rocks. Just trying to poke him out, take another shot. I'm fed up with him. Still don't hit it. He rolls out. And I do end up getting him. But he definitely gave me a run for my money, and I'm shooting a Koa 52, so it's got a lot of power for some of these fish, and you'll see I shoot through some fish. here I'm just showing a little bit of the bottom and whatnot. There's a lot of hogfish on this spot. A lot of just kind of hard bottom Swiss cheese kind of stuff. Again, this is like 50 foot. The viz is amazing, but I'm starting to kind of not see any keepers, so I do head on up. I'm kind of down there to shoot, get up. That's just how I am. I'm not much of a sightseer. We do, just with 50 pounds on your back, so it's fun.
Do while you're under there.
All right, first spot, kind of hard bottomy. Came up early. We're gonna go find a ledge, but ton of hogs. All right, chilling.
Yes.
On the wrong side of the boat, no sun over there.
Because of the
Gotta be
thing.
enough spot.
All right, 60 foot. Marking a good amount of stuff. See you down there. All right, so this is what we see from the top. I'm looking down like, wow, there's a lot of fish. I see some AJs. I see some huge mangrove snappers, which I thought were red snapper from the top, and a ton of angelfish. I have fished this general area, this general depth, at least a lot the past years, and I've seen a lot of sharks and a lot of goliath fish out here. So I was a little timid going down. I was going down first by myself, and I couldn't see the bottom. So I kind of cleared this thermocline. You can kind of now start making it out, but from the top, you cannot see it. It's kind of eerie. I'm kind of swimming down a little bit slow, a little bit scared, not gonna lie. But once I got down there, it was really honestly just amazing to see like the structure and the fish. So enjoy. Alright, so I went down with the pre-strap, and I definitely should have had my shooting line on, because some of these mangroves are easily 20-inch plus fish, and they're kind of curious, but if I didn't take a shot here, I didn't want to lose my spear. You can see there's so much structure for them to go under. I do end up putting the line on, and then it's pretty much missed the city from then. I was not on today. These fish, mangroves are pretty hard to shoot. They're a little juicy, but there's so many big ones there that kind of tucking in and out. You'll see that hogfish even gets a pass right there. That's definitely a keeper, but right now, I don't know. I'm just eyed in on one of those big trophy mangroves. That was definitely a keeper hog, and then there you go. I put my shooting line on. It's cool with this Koa Thatalac. I can put that on or take it off real easy. So I put it on, and I'll let some stuff roll. There's a hog. Stoned them. That's after swimming around for quite a while. See all the AJs come in. It was pretty cool. I'm just kind of swimming along here. Nothing really in mind. This isn't a huge mangrove, but he just decides that he wants to go home with me, so I invited him back for dinner. Now watching this back, I don't know why I didn't do that. Maybe I thought it was short, maybe I was just holding out for something different. Still pretty early in the day, early in the dive. Instead, I'd rather just go in this bunch of mangroves, so that's what you'll kind of see coming up. It's a big fat AJ there, by the way. This here is a scamp grouper. They only got to be 16 feet. And Liam's mom said she wanted a grouper. Thought that one was legal. Couldn't even hit that thing. So carrying on. This is why I like hogfish here. For one, they're the best eating, but also, man, he went right in front of my spear, and they do this almost every time. So stick with the easy ones. This here is a giant goliath grouper. I know he's claimed some of my fishing tackle, or his buddies have, but the video doesn't really do it justice. That's got to be a 400-pound fish, probably 6-7 foot long. Here's that big boy again. He's kind of lurking now that I got some fish on my stringer and stuff. He's just kind of eyeing me, not real scared, but they open Goliath grouper for big boys. I'm gonna see him. Couple hogs from the last spot. The boys got a couple snappers. We're slowly working. That spot was awesome though. All right, 60 foot, another ledge. These boys got to put a little more for dinner. You might have abs by the end of this trip.
Oh, that's why it says that.
All right, see you down there. All right, this is just kind of me showing you from the top side how clear it is. I mean, you can make the bottom out 65, so that's awesome for the Gulf. It reminds me of being in the Keys just a week ago, but once I get in, I go down pretty quick. I'm ready to get moving on some fish here. Liam and his dad, I think they got one mangrove as a boat, so I'm trying to make up for all of us. So I slowed this one down. You see that's probably at least a 20-inch mangrove there. I shoot him, goes through him into a grunt. Guess which one I end up with? Yep, the mangrove took off. I had the grunt, and he turned into someone else's fish. another classic example of why hogs are so easy to shoot, but I shoot through them again. I had taken my line off. I wanted to free shaft. You can be a little more efficient, not have so much, to reload. You just throw your shaft back in instead of work with that line. But I do end up finding them again and get another shot in them. But this battle axe is just it's like a cannon sometimes to shoot straight through them. So I try to make sure something's behind them. Kind of what I've learned with it is shoot, that rock will stop it, kind of pin them rather than shoot them in the open water. So at this point here, I'm about at the end of my dive. My no deco limit's about up, so I got to start heading up soon. So I'm looking for one to take up. And this hog is real spooky. You can see the fish kind of react how you do. I'm swimming pretty hard here. It doesn't look like it, but every time I make a sled move, everything's spooked. I don't want to take a meat shot on them. Of course, I could have taken multiple of these shots on them, but I'd rather wait because I know they're going to kind of roll for me. And bam. All right, my stringer, some good fish. There's Mike's stringer. Mike, you gonna claim that grunt?
I have to, I shot it.
And Liam's one down from that. What happened, Liam?
We went the wrong way.
They went the wrong way.
Didn't find the ledge.
I went the right way.
We were out in Vegas.
Yeah, literally.
Win any money?
We went to a grass flat.
Yep, they found the grass flats. I found some of the fish. Had to come up on bottom time, but it looks like they're gonna have to split that little grunt. And me, I'm gonna be eating like a king. Kayla, I'll count you in on mine too, okay?
Okay.
More exploring, 30 foot, nothing crazy, but I think I'll find something.
I hope so.
Me too.
We'll see.
So we jumped in at that 30 foot spot. Really nothing there. Some okay bottom, but no fish. So we started to head back in. Welcome to the crap show of Anclote boat ramp. Oh, the manatees are here for it too. Yep, a lot of beginners here. Harvey, he's an intermediate. Definitely beginner shooter though. What's your stats for today, bud?
1 for 10 probably. Not great today.
So you got one mangrove? Might have to juice her.
Got one little baby mangrove.
One baby mangrove. I think your boy shot. Definitely hit.
Actually, it wasn't a baby mangrove. It was a decent mangrove, but
baby. Wow,
probably
it's
like
better
16,
better than your dad, huh?
Yeah, my dad shot a spawning grunt.
Nah, it wasn't of spawning age, I don't think. But I think a grouper probably ate that one later in the day. But yeah, I shot some hogs, shot some mangroves. I guess I gotta feed everyone now, so yeah, show you when we get out. Could be that easy.
Be heavy today. Stop.
Barking her.
No
All
big
right.
and bad scary shark.
Huge goliath grouper.
How about the
That's what we
manatees? Were
ended
they
up
in?
with.
There was like a pot of 10 at the boat ramp.
Yeah.
All right, we just got in, cleaned up the boat a little bit, split the fish up some. I took a couple, some hogfish, some mangroves, left the guys the rest. Shout out to Mike and Liam for having me. That was fun. It's always great when I get to sit in the beanbag and be a passenger princess, a boat bunny, and not have to do everything. But yeah, we had a pretty good day. Viz was amazing. Boat ramp kind of crowded, but not too bad. Really can't complain at all today. Lucky to do what I do. Thank you, God. But yeah, I'm gonna fillet these fish up later, and I'll show you some of that, and then we'll. All right, next day. Had the fish on ice overnight. I'm gonna show you filleting a hog and show you filleting a mangrove real quick. So it's just like any other fish to me. Just run your knife, little angle down there. I like to get the scales off. Keep your knife flat. Come all the way up. Get to that backbone. Every fish has a set of pin bones. Connects the spine and the backbone, or the backbone and the rib cage. Come on the other side of that. Try to go over the ribs always. Doesn't always work. I like to leave it connected. That way I don't have to hold it right here. It just does itself. Like I've said with mangroves before, I like to stay a little bit off that. They got a little bit of bloodline if you'll go straight on the skin, so stay a little bit off of it. Good sharp knife, works well. I really like this little Denko. I think it's a 7-inch. Little flexy, but enough to do it. I like to leave my fillet on that skin right there while I cut it too, just so I don't get that ick that I cut out juices and stuff. Cut out this bloodline and little piece of pin bone. It's in every single fish. So cut that out. Boneless, skinless piece of fish right there. I don't like to rinse them with fresh water either. It makes them mushier. But flip them over. Come do the same thing. Right there. It's always a little harder on the other side because they kind of lay funny. You could trace them out and all kinds of stuff before you come do this side. But I just kind of work through it. Same thing, that pin bone there. Push it down, same thing. Okay, leave it on the skin there. Cut out this pin bone here. A little bit of that belly in there. Just try to slice it out. There we go. Again, boneless, skinless. Pretty easy. Move on to a hog. Alright, now for a hogfish. It's a decent one. Nothing, we didn't get anything too huge, but overall, can't complain. Hogfish, just like any other fish. Such a beautiful fish with that fin. Same as any other fish, I trace it down and I'll kind of start following that, pick this up. Fin bones, just like every other fish. Go up on that backbone. Try to stay over the rib cage. And then going down. Lift around and finish it. Said always leave it connected. You could see there's like no blood on that fish. You'll see once I cut it. Skin, you can stay as tight as you want on this stuff. No bloodline at all. I think that's what makes hogfish such a delicious fish, and the fact that they're actually a wrasse. Okay. Do the other side. Same thing here. Slide that knife right along. I don't like to go too deep, because if you mess up, then you really messed up. Now, this next one I'll start to work down. Pick it up as I go. Over the over the pin bones, over the rib cage, angled down. Okay, here we are. Some scales on it. You could rinse off with like a paper towel or something when you go to cook it, but some beautiful hogfish meat right there. You know, pretty good fillet. You know, I've had better, certainly had worse. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. You could leave like a comment or a like, maybe some criticism, something you want to see. I do go fishing like once a week or dive in, so should be uploading at least once a week. And thanks for checking it out. See ya.